Welcome to Everything You Need to Know About Finance. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something that's become, well, almost essential for a lot of people. The world of side hustles. We'll explore how they've turned into such a vital tool and how you can maybe tap into this yourself. Just a quick note before we jump in. What we're sharing today is based on the data and insights we've gathered. It's all for information, okay?
Yep.
Not financial advice.
Absolutely. And it's interesting, this isn't exactly a brand new thing, is it? The whole hustling for money idea has really been, building up over the past few years. It's become quite mainstream.
Oh, totally. It really has. And the numbers we've seen are, frankly, quite eye-opening. Something like 54% of Americans picked up a side hustle in the last year alone, just to add to their income.
Yeah, and it skews young, doesn't it? We're seeing figures like 71% of Gen Z, 68% of millennials are the ones most likely jumping into a side gig.
70% of Gen Zs are even freelancing now or planning to very soon.
And the why behind it seems pretty clear from what we've looked at. Often, that main full-time job, well, it just doesn't quite stretch far enough after you cover all the key expenses.
Right, so people need or want that extra income stream.
Exactly. It drives that need for additional earnings.
So that's our mission today, really. We want to unpack a whole range of these popular side hustles. We'll look at the ones with low-cost entry points, where the potential for real income growth might be.
And maybe some unique angles or strategies that could help you stand out, all based on the material we've dug into.
Okay, let's get into it then. We should probably start with the ones that need very little cash up front, right?
Yeah.
Perfect for someone just wanting to get their foot in the door.
Yeah, definitely. These are the accessible options, things you can often start with skills you probably already possess and build something meaningful, from scratch.
First one that comes up a lot, freelance writing.
Ah, yes.
So offering writing services could be blog posts, articles, maybe website copy, marketing stuff.
And the barrier to entry is low. Pretty much just a laptop and internet, right? You can set up profiles on places like Upwork or Fiverr for free.
It's a very direct way to turn those writing skills into actual income.
It is, but one thing to keep in mind, especially with those big platforms, is that pricing can be really competitive, like a race to the bottom sometimes.
Good point.
So the insight suggests that specializing is key. Maybe focus on, say, long-form SEO content or perhaps email marketing copy for e-commerce stores.
Finding a niche.
Exactly, and build a portfolio that doesn't just show what you wrote, but the results it got. That's how you start attracting better paying clients,
Makes sense. Okay, similar vein. Using what you know,
Oh.
online tutoring.
Right. Teaching something you're good at could be anything from languages, test prep, professional skills.
And there are platforms for this too, like tutor.com, Chegg, Reply. Lots of options to connect with students. Again, it's mostly your time and your knowledge that's required.
And the potential there is massive. The online education market is projected to be worth, nearly $280 billion by 2029?
Wow.
Huge. But with a big market comes the challenge of getting noticed. Visibility.
Right. How do you stand out?
Building that reputation is critical. Good reviews, word of mouth. That's what the data points to. And you could also think about creating pre-recorded courses, passive income potential there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and there are tools now, even AI-powered ones on platforms like GetResponse, that help you build courses, create quizzes, even handle some of the marketing. Makes it easier.
Okay, let's shift slightly. Maybe you're already pretty good with social media for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that's a skill businesses need. Social media management.
Definitely. Helping businesses handle their online presence, creating posts, scheduling them, talking to followers, looking at the results.
How do you even start with that?
A lot of people start by maybe doing it for free for a friend's small business or a local shop just to build up a portfolio, get some case studies. Then you can transition to paid work. Yeah, and it's a growing field. Lots of small businesses need that help. A little tip, though. Focus on strategy and analytics. Businesses want to see that what you're doing actually leads to growth. Real results.
Right, the ROI.
Mm.
Okay, and then there's virtual assistant work or VA jobs.
Yes. The remote helping hand.
Providing admin support, technical help, sometimes creative stuff like presentations, all remotely.
Things like managing emails, scheduling appointments, customer service.
Yeah.
Skills many people already have from office jobs.
And finding clients, job boards, networking.
Exactly. And again, minimal investment needed. Great for beginners wanting to earn relatively quickly. The key challenge there, though, is building trust. You're handling parts of someone's business.
Good point. You need to be reliable.
Meticulous, responsive, communicate really well, proactively.
Okay, one more in this sort of low-cost bracket. affiliate marketing. And you mentioned you don't even need a website initially.
Correct. You're basically earning commission by promoting other companies' products or services.
How does that work without a website?
You join affiliate programs for things you genuinely use and like. Then you share your review or a link on your social media, maybe in a YouTube description, wherever your audience is.
So you leverage your existing online presence.
Precisely. It's a way to monetize recommendations without buying inventory or anything like that.
And the potential payouts can be pretty decent, right? We
That's
saw
like-
figures like 20–50% commission from some merchants.
Yeah, some offer really high recurring commissions too, like up to 60% in some cases. We saw it like with Get Responses program.
But it's not just about the percentage, is it?
Not at all. The crucial insight here is authenticity. Promote products you genuinely believe in, things that actually help your audience. Building trust is way more valuable long-term than just grabbing the highest commission.
That makes total sense. Long-term value over quick wins.
Exactly. You can find these programs just by searching Google or checking out marketplaces like ClickBank, Impact, ShareASale. They list loads of them. Target profitable niches like software, e-commerce, finance.
Okay, so those are some great ways to get started, leveraging skills you might already have. But what about building something more substantial? Your own platform, maybe?
Right. This is where things can get really interesting. These often take longer to build up, more of a slow burn.
But the payoff can be bigger.
Potentially, yes. You're building an audience, a digital asset that can generate income over the long haul.
So first up here, blogging.
Classic, but still very relevant. Sharing your thoughts, expertise, passions.
How do you start? Choose a topic you like.
Yeah, find your niche. Then you can use platforms like Substack or Medium, which have built-in ways to earn from subscriptions, or build your own site using something like Wix or WordPress.
And the keys of consistency, right? Posting regularly.
Absolutely. Publishing valuable content consistently. The potential's there. We saw figures suggesting bloggers can earn around $30,000 a year.
How do they make money? Ads.
Ads? Yeah, like Google Ads. Affiliate marketing links within posts, sponsored content, selling your own digital products eventually, lots of ways. But beyond just posting, it's about developing a unique voice, engaging with readers.
Building a community.
Exactly. And don't forget promotion. Social media helps, but also learning some basic SEO to get found on Google.
Okay. Then there's the visual version. Starting a YouTube channel.
Yep. Creating video content around a topic. Again, focus on good, appealing content for your specific audience.
Do you need fancy equipment?
Not necessarily to start, but good editing definitely helps make your videos look more professional. There are easy-to-use apps like Canva or CapCut.
And monetization comes later.
Usually. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a year to join the YouTube Partner Program for ad revenue. But you can also get sponsorships or drive traffic to your own website or store from your videos.
Any common pitfalls?
Trying to appeal to everyone. The really successful channels often find a very specific niche and just deliver amazing quality within that space.
All right, focus is key. Okay, what about audio? Creating a podcast, like this one.
Exactly. Pre-recorded audio on a topic you're into. And it's a good time to start, apparently. Projections show, over 113 million podcast listeners in the U.S. alone by 2029?
That's a lot of years.
It is. And it doesn't have to take over your life. A few hours a week, maybe? Choose any niche. Pro tip, repurpose content. If you blog or make videos, turn that into podcast episodes.
Smart. Saves time.
Definitely. Monetization is similar to blogging ads, affiliate links in the show notes, sponsored segments, maybe paid subscriptions for bonus content.
Good idea to check out similar podcasts in your niche too, I suppose.
For sure. See what works, but always bring your own unique perspective.
Okay, can't talk content without influencer marketing.
Right. Earning money through brand partnerships or selling affiliate products by creating content, videos, reels, reviews.
This relies heavily on having a following, doesn't it?
It does, and the scale is huge. Something like 64 million Instagram accounts identified as influencers. Earnings vary wildly, though.
How much are we talking?
Well, nano-influencers, maybe 1K to 10K followers, average around $1,400 a month. But mega-influencers, over 1 million followers, they can average over $15,000 a month.
Big difference.
Huge. But the key isn't just follower count. It's engagement, authenticity, consistency, really connecting with your audience. and networking.
And definitely don't buy fake followers.
Oh, God, no. Brands see right through that. Focus on quality.
Yeah.
And always prioritize promoting brands you actually trust. Your audience's trust is everything.
Good advice. And having a media kit helps too.
Essential. Your bio, links, follower stats, audience demographics, engagement rates, past collaborations, services, pricing, it makes you look professional. Platforms like Upfluence or Collapster can also help brands find you.
Okay, last one in this content section. Writing and self-publishing ebooks.
Yeah, sharing your knowledge or passion through writing. Amazon, KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing is the big one, obviously.
But there are others.
Yep. Gumroad, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, they all take a percentage of sales, usually. You can write short stories, self-help, tutorials, guides.
Maybe even create a series of short ebooks.
That's a good strategy, yeah. Build a backlist. But the biggest hurdle, according to the insights, is promotion. You can't just publish and wait.
You have to market it.
You really do.
Yeah.
Social media, maybe build an email list using tools like GetResponse, create landing pages, drive people to the book. You could even sell directly from your own website eventually.
Wow, okay. We have covered a lot of ground already, from starting with almost nothing to building a whole content platform. Just a quick pause here. If you're finding this deep dive useful and interesting, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us out, and make sure you don't miss future explorations. All right, let's switch gears a bit. Let's look at some popular hustles that maybe don't involve being glued to a screen quite so much. Different ways to use skills or interests.
Yeah, these are often more service-based, directly helping people or their pets can be really rewarding.
Speaking of pets, pet sitting and dog walking.
Yeah.
Big one for animal lovers.
Huge. Caring for pets in your home, taking dogs for walks. You set your availability, choose the animals you're comfortable with.
Sounds fun, but are there things to watch out for?
Definitely. You need to make sure you have the right setup, like maybe a fenced yard if you're boarding. Check local laws about running a business from home. And insurance is crucial.
What kind of insurance?
General liability, definitely. In-home business insurance. And something called care, custody, and control, or CCC insurance. That specifically covers accidental injury or loss to the pets in your care.
Okay, that's important.
Very. And getting certified in pet first aid and CPR, that adds a lot of credibility. The Red Cross offers courses.
How do you find clients? Start local.
Yeah, neighbors, friends, family for referrals, then use social media, maybe flyers, and platforms like Rover or WAG are specifically for this. A little tip, specializing could help like focusing on senior dogs or offering puppy training alongside walks.
Makes sense. Okay, similar idea, but with kids.
Yeah.
Babysitting and childcare.
Right, providing in-home care, often part-time, fitting around your schedule.
And the demand is there.
Oh, yeah. The market's growing consistently, like over 6.5% a year. But it comes with huge responsibility, obviously. You really need to love kids.
And safety first, always.
Absolutely. Research your local state regulations for childcare. Get first aid and CPR certified again. Red Cross is a good resource. Maybe start small with families, for short periods, just to build experience and confidence.
Where do people find babysitters these days?
Online platforms are bigcare.com, Urban Sitter, SitterCity, Babysits.com, plus local social media groups and just personal networks. Trust and reliability are everything here.
Totally. Okay, one more in this service area. Niche photography or videography.
Leveraging those camera skills. And honestly, even a good smartphone camera can be enough to get started these days.
How do you make money from that? Selling prints.
That's one way. Sell to galleries, directly to clients, or as stock photos on sites like Shutterstock or Getty Images. Think about popular themes people search for.
Or shooting events.
Exactly. Engagements, small business launches, birthdays. Offer services to local businesses for their websites or social media. The key advice we saw: develop a specific style or niche.
Don't just be a photographer.
Be the photographer for, say, intimate weddings, or maybe food photography for local restaurants. Find your thing.
And promotion. Portfolio.
Definitely need a portfolio. Even a simple landing page works. Use visual platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. Services like Thumbtack can also connect you with clients looking for photographers.
All right, last section. For people interested in e-commerce but maybe intimidated by inventory, there's a specific model that really stands out, isn't there?
Yes, one that dramatically lowers the barrier to entry for selling products online, minimizes those upfront costs, and the whole physical side of things.
We're talking about running a dropshipping business.
Precisely. You're essentially the middleman. You set up an online store, you market the products.
But you don't actually hold the stock.
Nope. When a customer buys from your store, you place the order with your supplier and they ship it directly to the customer.
So advantages are low cost, No inventory, no packing, no shipping hassle for you.
Exactly. You only pay the supplier after you've made a sale. It removes a lot of the initial financial risk.
How do you get started? Find products, find suppliers.
Yep. Decide what kind of products you want to sell. Then find reliable suppliers, super important to check their reviews, shipping times, reliability. Then set up your store. Could be on Shopify, Amazon, eBay.
What's the biggest challenge here?
Probably finding the right products. It's easy to pick something that's already super saturated with sellers. The data really emphasizes using product research tools, things like Helium 10 or Ecomhunt, to find items with high demand but lower competition.
So research is key.
Critical. And using tools like Google Trends or keyword planners to understand what people are searching for. Optimize your store listings for search engines. That helps you get found.
In marketing, where do you promote a dropshipping store?
Lots of options. Pinterest is great for visual products, Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, TikTok. You could run Google Ads. It's about finding where your potential customers hang out online.
Okay. Wow. So wrapping this all up, what does it all mean? We've gone through, what, over a dozen different side hustles.
Yeah, a really wide range. It shows just how much variety and accessibility there is out there.
And while the initial investment varies,
Most of these are pretty low cost to start, relatively easy to get going. The common thread, though, the thing that kept coming up in all the material, is consistency.
dedication, sticking with it.
Exactly. That seems to be the absolute key to actually seeing significant returns over time. It's rarely an overnight success story.
No, definitely not.
Mhm.
But we covered so much using existing skills like writing or tutoring, building your own brand with a blog or YouTube, hands-on services like pet sitting, even running an online store without inventory.
The possibilities really are vast, which brings up an interesting final thought, doesn't it?
What's that?
Well, what happens if that thing you started on the side actually takes off? What if it becomes your main thing? Or sparks a completely new career direction you never expected?
Yeah, imagine the possibilities there. Taking one of these ideas, even starting small.
Hmm.
It's not just about the extra cash, is it? It could lead to real financial freedom, mastering totally new skills,
Or launching a full-blown business down the line.
turning that initial small idea into something really significant for your future. A lot to think about.